I bought the cheapest Temu gaming PC for less than $300. That surprisingly got some crazy FPS.
Okay, so inside of this box is the cheap Temu gaming PC, and this is definitely one of the cheapest PCs I've ever seen on Temu. So you guys know I had to pick this thing up. And honestly, when I bought this thing, I didn't know if I was gonna get scammed or not, just because of how cheap this gaming PC was. This PC literally only cost $230. And you guys can see from the box, this PC does look like a really cool looking gaming PC. It does have like a ton of RGB and all that stuff. Obviously at a price point of $213, the specs aren't gonna be the best, but honestly, any pre-built gaming PC for $230 that has some decent RGB, as well as not running through Radeon graphics or anything like that, is honestly a really good deal. Just because you literally cannot find a pre-built gaming PC for like under $300 that's like brand new condition. And yeah, since this PC was coming from Temu, I was definitely really skeptical, just because this thing was super cheap, but also because this PC had 0 reviews. So honestly, I didn't even know if I was gonna buy like a picture of a gaming PC or anything like that. So I'm definitely really glad that a PC actually showed up. And the PC is actually from a company called Novatech. And you guys can take a look at the PC. It's definitely a pretty small gaming PC. And usually with PCs that come from Temu, the specs inside of a pre-built usually is just really bad. Honestly, I believe this PC does have some really outdated specs, but based off the listing as well as how the PC looks, I do like the design and like the RGB and everything. Like the aesthetics from this PC is definitely really cool. I also really do like this PC case. You guys can see there's like a bunch of like hollow areas in the case. You guys can see right over here, we have like the panel that shows off like the PC fans. I think the case fans RGB is definitely really bright as well, which I really like. And in the box, it does come with the power cable as well as the antennas for the Wi-Fi. Now for a gaming PC that costs only $230, I don't think the specs are like really bad, since it does have a graphics card inside of this PC, which already is a win since this PC does cost $230 bucks. But obviously the specs are not going to be anything too modern and crazy. There definitely is some pretty old specs inside of this gaming PC. And here is what the inside of the gaming PC actually looks like. This is actually the first time I've seen a pre-built gaming PC come with this motherboard cable that actually connects to the power supply that actually looks pretty organized. Usually everything is like really messy inside the PC. So just based off the aesthetics of this PC, it's already looking really good. But if we go ahead and actually take a look at the graphics card inside this PC, we do have the RX 580 graphics card inside of here, which I think is like an $80 graphics card. And this thing came out all the way back in like 2017. So it's definitely a pretty old graphics card, but I mean, this is a $230 gaming PC build, literally straight out of Temu. So this is kind of like a China gaming PC or something just really cheap. So definitely expected to have a pretty old and outdated graphics card. And if we go ahead and move on to the CPU, I did also just realize we're not using the CPU stock cooler, which most pre-built gaming PCs on Temu actually have. There's actually a CPU fan inside of this PC, which is definitely really cool. For the CPU, we have an Intel Xeon i7. Pretty sure that's also a pretty old CPU. So the specs so far inside this PC are definitely pretty old. Hopefully we could run Fortnite at like a pretty consistent 120 FPS. I think that should be pretty good for a PC that costs only $230 bucks. And if you guys take a look at the RAM inside of this PC, we basically have only one stick of RAM, which is 16 gigs of RAM. It is DDR4 RAM. Now this PC is definitely really cheap, like I said. And although the specs aren't the best, what the heck is this, bro? I just realized I think it came with like a pasta noodle. What? But yeah, like I was saying, even though the specs are definitely pretty bad, I think this is honestly one of the best cheap gaming PCs I've ever seen, just based off like the design, the aesthetics, as well as actually having some okay specs for the price. It does have a 550 watt power supply, so down the line, you guys can actually upgrade the graphics card or even the CPU inside this PC, making this pre-built actually a pretty good like starting gaming PC where you guys can upgrade it over time if you guys have like more money and stuff. But yeah, this PC also has 4 case fans as well as the CPU fan, which I believe also will have RGB. So yeah, this cheap Temu gaming PC is so far looking really good. It also is like a very light PC, very small as well. It doesn't take up too much space on your desk. So let me go ahead and actually show you guys the RGB from this PC now. Just based off the picture in the box, it does look like the RGB from this PC does look pretty cool. Also, something I just realized about this pre-built gaming PC, most Temu pre-built gaming PCs do come with like an entire gaming setup, but this thing actually just comes with the PC itself. But let's go ahead and actually turn this thing on now and take a look at the RGB. Ooh. Okay, this thing is definitely really bright. I mean, taking a look at the RGB, it definitely looks really nice. I really do like the fans that this PC actually has. You guys can take a look at the CPU fan. That thing glows like crazy, and it just makes this PC look absolutely insane. Like, take a look at these fans. They actually look so nice. Like, in darker lighting as well, this PC just looks absolutely insane. This cheap gaming PC definitely has to be one of the best cheap gaming PCs with really, really cool aesthetic to it as well. These fans just look absolutely gorgeous, bro. I actually love the fans a lot. But something I did notice about this gaming PC, which is definitely gonna suck, I believe this PC is like a new condition gaming PC. So I believe the Temu listing might actually be like misleading. Just because if you guys take a look at the glass panel from this PC, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's like a big ass crack right in the middle. Like, this is definitely not a new condition gaming PC, which could be a reason why the PC is like super, super cheap. PC does look like a little bit used from the inside as well. But regardless, this PC is still a really, really cool gaming PC with really nice aesthetics. But obviously, just beware on Temu. If you guys buy a PC, just buy it from like a really trustworthy seller. This PC had 0 reviews, and I think they just threw in a renewed gaming PC and just listed it as new, but I think I still got a pretty decent deal for this gaming PC. But let's go ahead and actually set this thing up and see the performance it actually has. For $230, hopefully we could run at least like 100 FPS. Okay, so now that I have this Temu PC fully set up, if you guys actually take a look at the max FPS this cheap Temu PC could actually get, it's definitely pretty good, especially for the price. You guys can see we're getting a max FPS of about like 175 to 180 FPS right now. And like most cheap gaming PCs from Temu, or just cheap gaming PCs in general, the biggest problem with this PC is obviously the frame drops. You guys can see we're getting a low of about like 140-ish FPS. And yeah, once I go ahead and start building, the FPS does drop a little bit to 120-ish FPS. I think that is like the lowest I've seen the FPS at, but we're running pretty consistently at about 145-ish FPS. Definitely still very, very good just because how cheap this PC was. Definitely really good since we're able to run Fortnite at a consistent 144 FPS right now. And for most people, if this is your first ever gaming PC, it would definitely be a really, really good starting gaming PC. Like, the PC also doesn't make any crazy fan noises and also doesn't overheat. It actually stays very, very cool. But like I said, I'm pretty sure this PC was just super cheap since it is like a renewed gaming PC, even though it was listed as brand new. You guys can kind of see it from here now, but there's literally a super huge crack on the glass. But I mean, if you guys don't mind like the crack, this is definitely a really good deal for a gaming PC. It's actually running more consistently about like 165-ish FPS now. Sometimes it does reach the 200 FPS mark, but obviously it's not consistent at all. And if you guys take a look at the max FPS we're still getting in an actual game, it's still definitely really, really good. You guys, what the wait, we reached 200 FPS. What? Yo, this is crazy. Wait, what? This thing's actually running pretty consistently above 100, like 80-ish FPS. That's actually really surprising. I honestly don't know why we're running better in an actual game compared to what we got in creative. Like, the frame drops are definitely still there. It does, as you guys can see, it dropped down to like 80-ish FPS for like a quick second. But for most parts, like, the game is actually running pretty smoothly above 150 FPS. I honestly think this PC is definitely really, really good for its price. With the specs inside of this PC, you should be able to run a consistent 120 FPS. Besides the time when this thing just drops down to like 80 FPS for like a quick second, but let's rush this guy. He's right here. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I think the biggest problem with this PC is definitely the frame drops. We're definitely running some really good FPS right now, but sometimes it just randomly drops down to about like 80-ish FPS. That only happens in an actual game though, so in creative, you're definitely gonna be able to run really consistently still. 31. This guy's not real, GG's. I want to go into like a huge POI and see if the frames actually change or not. Because right now the frames are actually running really, really surprisingly. The PC is actually running so much better than I thought it would. Oh my, crack. 48. 200. Right here, right here, right here. Cracked. Full box. 200. Okay, the FPS is actually getting a little bit more stable now, which is definitely really good. It's getting more stable at about 180-ish FPS. Someone just shot me. Up here? I think I saw someone up here, right? Yeah. 200. Someone's flying in. 12. 200. I gotta make my way to like a big POI. Like I really wanna get to a huge fight. And if this PC actually runs a consistent like 160 FPS still, like it is right now, that's definitely really good. 31. Bro, please. 200. 200. Bro, what is going on? Bro. What is going on, bro? All right, let's enter a bigger POI. I definitely want to check out the performance now. Now it's actually about like 144, so it did drop just a little bit. It was running a consistent 165 before. This area right here is actually packed, so the performance might actually drop a little bit from here. 200. Oh my God, how am I alive? How am I alive, bro? Okay, the FPS didn't drop too much, at least when we got into that fight. It did drop a little bit, like I did definitely feel it. 42. Bro. Oh my God, bro. Nope. Crack. $200. Definitely did get a little bit of frame drops there, that's for sure. I definitely felt it. Like I literally felt the frame drops actually coming in. Nothing too crazy though. Like crack. 200. It's still running a consistent 165 FPS, so it should be no problem. Right here. 200, 1, 30. Bro, this guy is literally one. Hold up. 200. Oh my. 200. Oh my. Yeah, the PC is definitely running a lot more consistent. There's only 4 people left, and it's actually running like pretty consistently at the 170 FPS mark. We're not reaching the 200 FPS mark now, but at one point it did reach 200 for some reason. What the? Okay, GG. 7. Bro, where's this kid? Crack. Oh my, I almost. 200. Someone right here. This is the last guy. Are we dead ass? Oh, he's crazy. Hold up. I messed up. You gotta die now. You gotta die. That's not the last kid? Oh, because he's getting rebooted. Where's this kid? That's crazy though. I didn't get any frame drops literally that entire free build. I was literally waiting for like the frame drop to come so it would mess me up. Yeah, but yeah, surprisingly, you didn't get any frame drops, which is definitely really, oh fuck. Are we, okay, bro. Let's go, bro. GG's.